Hello, thanks for joining me for well, not an unboxing, but I've got a few kind of, you know, deliveries in today, anticipating what has happened tonight, as you probably already know if you're in the UK. Anyway, I'm going to crack open a beer. Vocations, love and hate. Out of focus, but there you go. Let me put it in focus close. I'll be showing a load of bottles and cans that I've got recently this afternoon. Home delivery. So, yeah, 7.2 New England IPA. Everyone knows where you can get that in the old supermarket. I got them a couple of weeks ago. It's my last one. So, that's the end of them. I won't be getting any more for a while. But, yeah. It seemed to be fairly steady drinking beer. This 4 cans that I got recently. Been pretty consistent, so that's good. Yeah, juice bomb. Nice, very nice. So where to start? So, kind of expecting it all to kick off, and it kind of did. There's, since you can't go into the pub kind of thing that happened last week, I've been keeping an eye on what local businesses and stuff like that, and breweries and whatnot, and trying to get ahead of what's now happened this evening, the curve kind of thing. Shouldn't talk about curves, but you know what I mean. Anyway, one brewery locally to me. I don't do a lot of. I haven't done many of this brewery's beers reviewing wise for probably far too long. And the way things are, I just wanted to support them. So it's from the Wantsum Brewery. They're out of. They were originally out of Up Street, which is going towards Canterbury way. Hi Eric, how you doing? I like the compliment. And yeah, I just thought, I'm going to support these guys. I wanted to support my hometown brewery because they were talking about doing home deliveries, but that never happened, unfortunately. I haven't been really going out of the house that much myself before, like this evening anyway. So anyway, Wantsum Brewery. They've been going just over 10 years. I've been drinking their beers for 10 years. So there's a few duplicates. So here we go. Thunderbolt American IPA, 6.8%, 500ml bottle in a brown bottle. Yes, bottles. They do exist. Don't know if I had this beer or not. I can't remember. I haven't looked at my tap lately. Anyway, got 3 of them. That's another one. Yeah, it's another one. So I've got a 12-pack of 500ml bottles. That's 3 Thunderbolts. Get them out. Grease lightning. And what have we got here? I've got 3 Raving Wolf, which is a New England Pale Ale. 5.9%. Still out of focus. I'll sort that out in a sec. So, yeah, I haven't had that beer for quite a long time. I've got to move this because it's all going to fall out like an idiot. Let me put this up here before it all goes everywhere. So there's 3 of them. Then I've got, looks like 2 of Imperium, which is an English style bitter. I'm living in Kent. Let me just get this in proper focus. There we are. So an English bitter, 4%. Again, it's all, I do like this brewery's beers, so it's kind of nice to get a little selection going from them, and probably give them a review at some point. I'm a bit weird with the old reviews at the moment. I've got a lot of reviews that are kind of backed up, but the way things are going since the old pub shut down and stuff, and breweries, kind of like some of the stories you've seen online or whatever. It's kind of like, to me, you could be reviewing beers, and I mean, God forbid, they might not even be in business. So I'm like, oh, you know, I might just review the beers and not really kind of rate them or anything, just give my honest opinion. Anyway, 2 of them, Imperium. I've got 2 which I've had on cast recently in my local Wetherspoon. Montgomery, an American Pale Ale. Although it's 4%, it's kind of English style strength, but an American Pale Ale. So SS Richard Montgomery. Bit of information about that somewhere, I would imagine. Yeah, which is still, I thought, yeah, it's still there. You can see it. It's got, I know about this. Named after SS Richard Montgomery, which sank off Sheerness during World War II whilst full of explosives. So it's actually still there off the north coast of the Isle of Sheppey, which is it's heavily guarded because the amount of explosives, etc., that are on that boat. And final one, which is their newest release. I don't know what it's named after. It must be some kind of thing where it's got its name from. I haven't done any research. So it's been on off the bottling line literally a few days. It's called BU 122. It's a German style lager, 4.5%. Get it right. So I've got 2 of them. So that's the 12 bottles. We'll leave them all there. And I've got 2 cans from them. They're actually got like that kind of a craft beer sort of arm, if you like, to the brewery, which have been around for probably about a year or so. And I've never actually got round to try them. So yeah, they do actually do cans now, which is cool. So this is 5 a day. So it's a New England IPA, double dry hop with Simcoe, Citra, Mosaic, and Chinook. 6% ABV. 440ml can. So yeah, I got 2 of them. Thought I'd give them a try. That's before the end of the year. So fairly, I would hope, fairly fresh. That's a long shelf life, but whatever. So yeah, so I've got 2 of them. I've got one of them here now to show you, and one down in the fridge. So that was the first one. So that'll keep me going for quite a bit. Just like do a review of each one, and then the rest just kind of drink. I'm sure we'll be doing more hangouts, etc. that we can do when we've got the old 20-hour limit kind of thing per month on the old StreamYard. So that's that. I also got a nice little array of beers from the Little Swift, which is formerly the bottle shop in Margate, opposite the harbour. So yeah, the Little Swift, and I had this beer on a pressure drop tasting about a day after it was canned, and thought it was amazing. And obviously now it's out. It's been out for probably about 3 or 4 weeks, or whatever it is. So am I being basic, which is pretty much me, basic. New England IPA then, 6.8% ABV. This has got Idaho 7 Mosaic and Simcoe in this one. So yeah, it's damn good. So I've got 2 of those. You can't even see them off camera. Trying to stick a little bit kind of southeast if I can. So one from Burning Sky, Easy Answers IPA. I've had this loads of times on draft, and I've had this on cast. I'm not sure. I've definitely had it on draft many times. So a 6% IPA. clean drinking IPA with good body and subdued bitterness to let the aroma hops shine. Simcoe takes centre stage, backed by Chinook and Centennial. I do like that in Sky. So here's another one then, which is pretty much one of the standard, probably their main, well, I'll say probably, possibly their main core range beer, Burning Sky's Arise Pale Ale. And this is the first cans I've actually had from this brewery. They started canning at the back end of last year or something like that. I can't remember exactly when. Fairly recently. We've done that whole range, which I done a Burning Sky week last summer. A lot of their bottles when I was out in the garden, all that sort of carry on. So this has got Citrus, Centennial, and Amarillo. So yeah, that'll be quite tasty. One I've been really kind of intrigued by because I've actually I don't know if it was this or another bitter they done because they had another tap takeover at Little Swift where I got this from, and this is a collaboration of Boxcar and Mills Brewing. And it's a bitter, yes, and English. Well, it says English. It says best bitter English amber ale, so it's 4.6% ABV. That's it. It doesn't really. It was packaged on the 20th of February, so whatever. A bitter, it's okay. Doesn't give you any other information, so I've got one of them, so that's interesting. I've got another one from North Wales, so we're heading a little bit kind of up to the sort of northwest, North Wales, or whatever. Yes, this is one of their, I think it's one of their newer IPAs. I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks very kind of spring-like. I can't even pronounce it. Bouquet? Yeah, Bouquet India Pale Ale. So that's going to be cool. A 6.3% IPA. Never disappoint me, this brewery. They come on leaps and bounds, like you'll know. That's that one. So back in London again, one that I've reviewed recently, but I thought it was so good, and they still have it in stock. As I'm going to be slumbered indoors for a while. Yeah, they're Affogato Stout, 10%er. It's gorgeous, absolutely banging stuff. Right, we'll go. Where should we go next? This was actually, they threw this in for me today, which is really nice of them. Multi-dimensional being. Right. Baltic Brown, a clash of two classic style best enjoyed in the winter months. Whatever, 7% ABV. When was it canned? The 3rd of February 2020. So that's all right. Really nice of them to throw that in for me. I wasn't expecting that. So yeah. Going up towards Jake's neck of the woods, Burnt Mill Brewery. This is their Nelson Fog IPA. 6.4. When was that can then? The 14th of February. That's right. We're in the range. And lastly, I've got 3 bottles of this because it's freaking awesome and it was a decent price for what it is. I know how good it is. But as you can tell, it's a Kernel. It's the Export Stout London 1890. So 7.1. It's in the 330ml bottles, but I've got 3 of these, so they'll keep for a bit longer, so there's no point going crazy drinking all this sort of stuff quick. And that's it. That's pretty much it. So quite a few beers. Still got quite a few down in the fridge. Charlotte very kindly brought the old 2 big old bags down, and which is nice to see bags like that. You know, recycling all that sort of going on. So that's That's good. And that's it. That's all the beers out of the way. Let's have a quick slurp of this IPA. And we'll check some comments because there's quite a few, I think. Which you already know already, so that's fine. Yes, indeed, like everyone else. Yeah, I mean, I will. And hello, Adam. How you doing, mate? Yeah, I did see that when they took a photograph of their fridges last week. I thought, oh, what's that? Curiosity. And then they threw it in for me today as a little kind of freebie sort of thank you sort of thing. So it's cool. Give it a buzz. Got Vanessa Kitty. How you doing? Thanks for joining again. Hope you're keeping well and safe over stateside. And then we've got Scott on Wonder, or just Scott, or hope you're doing all okay. Thanks for the birthday wishes, appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, my the home that my mum's in got shut down today. Wasn't allowed in, which is we've kind of been expecting, or I have for about 2 weeks. So that happened earlier on today. So we'll have to see how that develops over, I mean, it's 3 weeks now, so it's going to be a 3-week kind of minimum. It's going to be longer haul where we're all you can't do your normal life. So, but it needs to happen. It's simple stuff, really. It's I watched Peter's kind of like 12-minute over on the Clues Drinker. I watched that this morning, and it's quite surprising amount of people that are just have got it wrong. Anyway, it is what it is now. It's all done and dusted and done. So yeah, going forward, like I say, I'm going to be what I've just shown you today. I'm going to start reviewing them. I'm going to put them up. I'm just very wary of. I mean, I've still got quite a lot of reviews to post that within these uncertain times. I mean, I've recorded them quite a while back. I could be posting these reviews, and the future of the UK independent brewing scene is it's just like the high street is just up in the air. It's very difficult to know what is actually going to happen. So yeah, it's a worrying time. This is why I wanted to try and support a local bar with the second lot, and then all the bottles and stuff with a local brewery. I want to support them just to get them through it. If my little kind of part. I mean, it's not much, but what the hell do? You want to buy from everyone, but you can't afford it and all that sort of thing. But it's bollocks, isn't it? Really. So one more comment then. Week 2 of my hometown lockdown. Wow. See, I mean, there's a conversation to be had here. There, I mean, certainly to do with the UK side of that, but everyone's going to have an opinion on it. So it's kind of like I've got mine, but let's just save lives. That's what I say. I think we're all agreeing with that. So there you go. Well, I'm going to be shutting this down. I'll be doing. I'll probably do this little number. Do a review of that in a minute. I'll post that in the coming days. He says I will. So I'll do a review of that, and then I'm going to open up if there's anyone around. If there's no one around, then I'll just shut it off and delete it. It's not, I've done it before. It's not a biggie. But yeah, open up a panel and see if anyone joins. Probably in about 10 minutes, quarter of an hour, or something like that. So anyway, anyone who's watching this, watching it after, just keep safe. Don't be stupid. Stay indoors. Wash your hands, and have a good beer. See you later. End broadcast.